So I'm just going to finish the painting that I began yesterday on the Art School Live podcast, and just want to put in just the final bits and pieces really. As you can see, it's probably 3/4 of the way there, so just want to finish it off in the same way as we began, really, just keeping the brush strokes nice and fresh and very obvious. If you haven't seen the start of this on the podcast, then I'll put the link to it in the description below, and you can go back and see the whole podcast and how we got this far in the picture. But just want to finish it off. And what I'm doing here really is just putting in some of these bits of leaf in here. A lot of this is green, but if you see in the picture there are other colours as well. There's sort of goldy browny colours, and I want to bring some of that in as well, just to bring that into it, so there's not so green all the way through. So I'm just using some of the mixes on my palette that we mixed up before to come in here, just looking really and seeing where the light areas are, and then trying to put those in with lighter tones. And as I said before, I'm not too bothered about getting the colours right, as long as the tones are right and as long as the colours work in harmony one with the other and they look right. So it's just a matter now of feeding in the rest of this. And there's little bits of sky up there as well which I need to put in, but we can do that. And as long as we've got one tone against another, we can differentiate what we've got here. If you get a branch or something that's coming through an area, then it's worth actually putting some of the same colour on either side of it, so you get that continuity of what's there in the background, and it just makes it look a little bit better held together than if you have one colour on one side and then something different on the other side, which can look a bit odd really. It's a little bit hard to discern what's going on. So just delineate that. There's some colours up here as well, leaves and things coming in down this side. I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to go for something with slightly shorter bristles. And we've got this sort of orangey colour here. Maybe a little lighter, add a bit of white to that, lighten that down a bit, just break up that edge there, a little bit here as well. So it's actually just aiming at filling in all the areas at this stage with colour, with tone. And we can tidy things up a little bit later on. With oil paint, of course, you can come in one colour on top of another. It's no problem. You can go over the edges where you need to. This little tree down here is quite light. It's got the sun on it, so I just want to mark that out in there. So that one stands out a little bit. While with paints on the brush, put in one or two little bits here. And there are some trees over here as well, which again have caught the light, so just want to put a little bit of the light in there while I've got it on the brush. While you've got something on your brush, then really see wherever you can put it and bring it into as many places as you can. Just saves time and makes life a bit easier. So I've got a light green here. I use it in all the places I can. You can see as I'm putting the paint on, it's coming on in different shape marks. Quite like having these sort of square marks showing up. I'm very happy with that. If you can see the fact that it's a brush mark rather than leaves, then that's fine, because we're doing a painting, and I'm quite happy with that kind of effect in there. You can see that all over here, all these sort of square marks. I quite like that, and it shows what's going on. It shows that it's a painting. It shows that we're not doing a photograph, and there's something of the artist in that. There's something of the person who's painted it in those strokes. I think it kind of connects you to a human being, to the artist. It's not just a click of a camera that's produced something. We've actually got somebody here who has worked on this and left their mark, literally, on the painting surface. It's why Van Goghs are so wonderful to look at, is because you just see the artist. The first time I ever saw a Van Gogh, I was blown away, really, by just thinking, you know, Van Gogh himself touched this. I can see where he made that mark. I can see where he put his fingers. I can see these things, and it was just tremendous. And I want to sort of leave some of that in the picture here. Really, I just want something of that that feel that, yeah, I've been here. I painted this. This is human being. This isn't AI. This is humans who have done this. A person has done this. He's touched the canvas. He's worked on this, and I think that's something that only painting can do. You can't do that with a camera. You can't do that in any other way. It's just so nice to be able to make your mark, literally, down there. Right, I'm going to put in a little bit of sky, so I'm getting another fresh brush, and we're going to come in with some of these sky colours. Just in here, just to fill in, just to get rid of the rest of that pinky colour that's here, and then we've pretty much then done the block in, and it will just be a matter of coming in with some details. And what I want to do with those is to use some of the things that I showed in the Art School Live demo, which was using the spritzer spray and using the spattering technique, just to create texture. Just for that in. You see there's quite a few little pink bits there, which are fine. I think I'm probably happy with leaving those. Might need a little bit of another colour in. The trees in the background here are quite sort of purpley, darkish colours that throws them back. I don't want anything too bright back here. We just want something that's just going to kind of throw the eye back into the distance, and that purple works quite well. The reason I painted some of these bits in purple, these leaves in purple, is because when I photo enhance the picture, when I increase the saturation fully on the photo, then you could see that this sort of purple appeared. So I thought, well, let's accentuate that a bit and put that in, just so that we can see that those trees are thrown back into the distance there. Okay, we're pretty much at the end of the block in. Let's just put a little bit more down here, and that's pretty much the whole canvas now covered. And we can begin to really come into the refining stage now. So the refining stage, I'm just referring back to the photo a little bit, but largely I'm looking at the painting here to see what's here, to see what the painting's saying it needs, which is possibly very different to what the photo is showing me. So I'm just trying to see what I need to do here to get this to read well. Just coming in with a little bit of a darker browny colour up here. I just want to put in some little branches and bits and pieces and marks. There's quite a few sort of dibs and dobs and dabs of colour and things on here, and things happening within the tree up in that area. It just brings interest into the picture. So I'll put in some of these as dark and do some others as light. I think probably need something coming in there as well, like that. I'm just looking now really just at the picture and deciding where we need some extra branches, feeding them out from the main trunk and getting thinner and thinner as we come up, as you sort of make a mark and kind of lift the brush off at the end. That'll make it thicker at one end, thinner at the other, and more like a proper branch. With this here, I just want to blend that in. Could do that with a finger. These ones here need a little bit of branches as well. Just one or two bits up here, and we've got quite a few here as well. Just varying the colour really as I go along, just to keep interest in it. Not too much, just need enough going on there to create a little background interest there. That actually is quite dark at the bottom, that one. It's down there. And some of the little bits of darker up here. And the danger now is just to fiddle too much and to lose spontaneity, to lose the effects that we have worked hard to keep here. We don't want to lose too much of the spontaneity of the brushwork that we've got here. So fiddling is a real danger at this point, and I want to try and avoid fiddling as much as I can while putting in as much detail as I feel the painting needs, just to bring the interest that we need to have in it. And this is a stage that really is fun. We're coming to the very final parts of the picture. Really do need to come and stand back, just make sure that everything reads well within it. And what I'm going to do now is just to come back with the spritzer bottle and just spray some areas so that we get an extra looseness in it. So I'm going to spray just up there. That will just release some of that paint, and it'll begin to dribble down a little bit there, which will just soften that whole area here. I can soften this area here as well on the edge, and it just gives an extra subtlety to the picture. Now if that's running away too much, we can just come in and just dab that a little bit dry. See, I did some of that yesterday on here. Do that again, just water down the front a little bit so it's softer at the front here. It just gives an extra dimension really to the picture. This is probably running away a little bit too hard over there, so I'm going to just come back with a little bit of colour here into that wetness. Dab some of that off. And I did quite a bit of spattering here yesterday. I'm going to do a little bit more just in there, just so that you can see that. So I'm just coming in with a nice soft brush, pick up some paint, and just want to spatter in some colour there. Because these are water mixable paints and they're non-toxic, it's quite safe to do this. It just adds a little bit of extra character to the front of the painting there. So I think we're probably pretty much finished. Just need to sign it and away we go.